Dude, it's not even that cold.
You're gonna get hypothermia and die.
Look who's talking. You look like a freaking marshmallow. Can you even cast?
At least I can wade into the water. I don't have to fish from the bank.
Don't be like these two. Dress for the conditions and have a pleasant time fishing in the middle of winter. It's all possible with VFC's Winter Fashion Guide.
I love winter, I really do. I love how quiet it is outside and how uncrowded the rivers can be. But part of the reason that I love winter fly fishing so much is that I've found a way to stay warm while I'm out here, and I'm gonna share that system with you today. The key to staying warm is layering. And no, that doesn't mean just stacking on as many sweaters and coats as you possibly can. The key to staying warm on a typical winter day is to use 3 layers. A base layer, a mid layer, and an outer layer. Let's take a look at each of those in detail. For my base layer, I love to use wool. Any wool is great, but more specifically, I look for merino wool. It's lightweight, but it insulates incredibly well. Wool socks are an absolute must because wool will keep you warm even if it gets wet. If wool is out of your budget, the nice stuff can be really expensive. Any of the polypropylene base layers are great too, and you can usually find those on sale for a reasonable price at any of the big box stores. Whatever you do though, don't use cotton as your base layer. You will regret that. Cotton doesn't breathe well and it does not insulate when wet. Cotton just gets cold and soggy like a boneless chicken wing, and who wants to wear that all day? For the mid layer, I like a pair of lightweight pants that are designed to insulate. Again, my favorite here is going to be the merino wool. I like a 350 gram pant, but those are expensive. A great budget option is just a pair of fleece joggers or pajama pants. But if you go the pajama pants route, make sure you get ones with fish on them. It gives you a little bit of extra mojo out on the water. For the upper part of my mid layer, I opt for a wool sweater, or again, you can use polypropylene here as well. Just make sure you stay away from cotton. This should be a lightweight, breathable layer that's easy to wear and doesn't add too much bulk. A fleece-lined hoodie is a great example of an awesome mid layer. For your outer layer, it is really hard to beat any of the synthetic materials out there like Primaloft. It's reasonably affordable and it's fantastic. I actually utilize a 2-part system for my outer layer because I'll throw a waterproof shell on top of my coat if the wind is bad. These waterproof shells are great at cutting the wind and not inhibiting your movement. So when it's all said and done, my typical gear for a day on the water might look more extensive than my wife's closet, but it's really not that bad. All you've got is this. I've got wool socks, a wool base layer, wool pants, a lightweight breathable shirt, sweater, or hoodie, waders, a warm coat, and a rain shell. The beauty of this system is that I can use only what I need and I don't add too much bulk. If it's a warmer day, say in the mid-30s, and there's not too much wind, I can get away with just wearing my mid layer and my waders. But if it's colder or windier, like it is today, I bundle up so I don't freeze. Finally, there's one item that we haven't covered yet. Gloves, and I saved them till the end for a reason. I personally don't use gloves when I'm fishing in the winter, and neither does Alex. I've tested all the different gloves from a bunch of the big name manufacturers, and I keep coming back to the same problems with every pair. When your gloves get wet, they are useless, and your gloves will get wet, no matter how careful you are. As you strip in line, or make casts, or use your reel, water from your fly line will get on your hands. That'll get into your gloves, that makes your gloves wet and cold, which makes your hands wet and cold. The only option I've ever used that seemed to help out at all are the nitrile gloves. Nitrile gloves will keep your hands relatively dry, but they offer little in the way of insulation. One thing I've seen some anglers do is put nitrile gloves on first, and then they'll put on a pair of these half-finger mittens, and that seems to work well for a lot of people. My advice on gloves is try a few out for yourself and see what you like. Another great way to keep your hands warm is to shake up a few hand warmers and stuff them in your most accessible pocket. You can reach in to warm your hands up throughout the day, and the little hand warmers do a great job of keeping off the chill. Throughout this winter masterclass, we've covered what flies you need and how to set them up, where to find fish on a cold, icy river, and now you know how to stay warm. It seems to me that the only thing left is to put all this together and catch some fish. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Alex and I are gonna pack up the camera gear, bundle up, and go hit the river during the middle of winter. You can join us on our adventure right here.